Let's have a conversation about the dread game in relationships. It's a new term that's going around to describe psychological manipulation in relationships. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed therapist. And I feel like the dread game, what's now being referred to as a dread game, is something that I've been talking to you all about for years. But basically, it's a psychological manipulation tactic that's employed in relationships that are toxic by one person. One person uses these techniques, and it's essentially designed to make the other person feel insecure, uh, be fearful that the relationship is going to end at any time. Essentially, one partner makes the other partner feel as though they are easily replaceable at any time. Therefore, you must cater to me, cater to all of my needs, because if you don't, I am out the door. And so you may live in fear that this person could leave you at any time, that they could, they could cheat on you and just be out the door at any moment. This is something that's very common in the runner chaser dynamic of relationship. So again, it's all the traditional tactics that are employed in this, such as love bombing and then withdrawal. I also think that this is something that uh, a lot of people refer to as avoidant attachment and anxious attachment in relationships. This is something that they describe that's going on in this pattern dynamic as so again, you have the love bombing, you have the withdrawal after that, or the disappearance, basically, which is where a partner will love bomb you and shower you with attention and then pull away. Sometimes they slowly pull away, or they quickly pull away and may even disappear and stop, remove all of the love bombing tactics, so they can be hot and then they can turn cold. There is an inconsistency in this where they can be very loving versus distant, cold, and aloof. And therefore, you're kind of keeping the partner on edge. There can be threats and ultimatum to leave the relationship. There could be flirting in front of you with other people and just saying, oh, that's just how we talk, that kind of. I think people who do this push pull method, where they're hot and cold all of the time, they could even do it, in small doses to get you to do things that they want you to do. So a tactic that they may employ this tactic right before they sleep with you. So an example of this would be someone who talks about, like, oh, wanting to explore sex and connection with you, and then you're all excited to do this with that person, and you guys have talked about the big day and you feel great about connecting with this person, and then right before that, this person is cold, distant, aloof. They're acting like they don't want to have connection with you, and then they, fine, I'll do it, that kind of stuff, where it's like, okay, I'll give into it. And the day before, they were all excited to connect with you. Hours before, minutes before, they were all excited to connect with you. And then it's almost like they shut down and they don't want it. And this is if nothing else is going on, like, you don't have any sort of trauma or things like that. I'm talking about people who are openly, manipulating you, and it's kind of like, okay, they do that to get you to be almost aggressive with sex, like, oh, or, feel insecure around sex as well. And that way you won't be tuned in to what your needs and wants are. You're going to be more tuned into pleasing this partner because you're ever so grateful that they decided to sleep with you. Other examples where this can occur is even in the dating pattern itself, where very similarly, you guys have talked about, planned, and thought about a date, and then the day comes, this person is cold, distant, and aloof. They all of a sudden have so much work to do. And so they're almost like pushing you away and expressing a disinterest. This is how this kind of stuff happens on micro scales, this like push pull dynamic. And it's like, well, you begin to wonder, well, what is it? Was it about me? What did I do? Why is this person so cold, distant, and aloof now? They wanted to spend time with me. They were excited. What's happened? And this person can literally show up and half-ass the date, but you don't even care because you want to make the date as good as possible, because they were so cold and distant, and you have been excited and in planning mode and wanted this date for the longest time. So again, this push-pull stuff can happen on a larger scale where they're love bombing you, they're sweet talking you, they are romancing you to death, and then one day they're flighty, they're cold, they're distant and aloof. But they can also vacillate and do this, intermittently, day to day, hour to hour as well, or with certain acts around things that they want, but they want things on their terms, and meaning they want things on their terms. So like I talked about before, the sex and the intimacy, but they really want to half-ass it. They don't want to put in much effort. They want you to perform and win them over, and basically tap dance. So they want you to go over and above and do all of the things, and they just show up and be a mediocre form of themselves. And I think, it's kind of it's a lot of the stuff that we've talked about already on my account, on my podcast over the year. And it's essentially designed to make you more into that person. Is designed, this dread game is designed to have everything on one person's terms, and to make you more into them than they are into you. He's also designed to allow them to do whatever it is they want to do, and you just have to, you take it, because you're so afraid of them leaving. It's also designed to make you feel insecure. So you start doubting yourself, and feeling bad about yourself. And whatever happens as a result of their actions, you are going to take the blame yourself. So you guys want to watch out for this. But definitely, research it. But this is a new term that's going on. But really, it's just psychological manipulation that we've been talking about for years. So let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, follow, and share. Definitely subscribe to the newsletter so you can get a weekly e-letter from me, and about all the great things that we've been talking about on social media and things to come. Hope that helps. Thanks so much.